Maintenant, c'est fini. Les Juifs ont vraiment peur d'être à Montréal. Ce n'est jamais arrivé. Mais là, c'est depuis que le conflit a commencé.
It certainly did happen overnight. There weren't any holes when the staff closed up last night, and staff comes kind of first thing in the morning to do prep and do what's necessary to open the restaurant. We were put on some boycott lists recently in regards to the situation that's currently transpiring in the Middle East.
Alexa Lavoie for Rebel News, and again, you will not believe that another businesses owned by a Jewish family have been shot at. We don't know yet what have caused this. Is it a gun? Is it a slingshot? Is it an airsoft gun? We don't know yet because apparently nobody heard anything during the night. So what we know so far is like this business, Falafel Yoni, recently was listed on a boycott list that was circulating on social media. We can clearly see that is fomentation of hatred towards certain businesses. And we had the chance to have not only someone work at this business, but someone else in the neighborhood who has a Jewish-owned business too, and they share their thoughts and their concern about the current climate of anti-Semitism here in Montreal. I want you to remember that this is not the first time. We had multiple Jewish schools that was shot at, some synagogue that received Molotov cocktail. We had other vandalism being made towards other Jewish businesses. So far, there is no concrete action being taken by not only the city, but also politically. So you see, this is what we are experiencing here in Montreal, but also a little bit everywhere in Canada. But I would say Montreal is the worst.
And so even before October 7th, hate crimes were up 162%. And since, we've seen the rise of Hamas-inspired hate camps at university campuses that intimidate Jewish students and promote genocide. Will the Prime Minister finally summon the courage to join with me and call for these hate camps to be shut down and closed up so that students can safely go back to school?
This morning, when the staff of the restaurant came in, they noticed some holes in the window and quickly realized that it was some projectiles that were fired at the window. They alerted my partner and myself, who subsequently contacted the police because it was pretty apparent that the restaurant was targeted for some kind of violent incident.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any detail what can have caused, first of all, the hole that we seen in the window, and also, like, do you know what time all this happened?
So it's all speculative. It certainly did happen overnight. There weren't any holes when the staff closed up last night, and staff comes kind of first thing in the morning to do prep and do what's necessary to open the restaurant. So it did happen overnight, and again, speculative, but our neighbors luckily were not targeted. We were put on some boycott lists recently in regards to the situation that's currently transpiring in the Middle East. There's been boycott lists circulated on Instagram and on TikTok and on the internet suggesting to boycott businesses that have quote-unquote supported Israel. Our businesses actually have very intentionally never made any political commentary whatsoever. I don't think it's our place. I think the restaurant isn't a platform for politics or to convey political opinions. So we've made sure not to make any commentary whatsoever. We don't want to polarize anybody. We don't want to ostracize anybody. That being said, The ownership is Jewish, one of which was born in Israel, and so we surmise that the reason that we were targeted was for those reasons.
Mm-hmm. Why specifically your business? Because the list is long of the businesses that have been boycotted. Why do you think they choose your businesses where you work?
I mean, that's a good question. I don't wish it upon any of the other businesses that were placed on the boycott list. I think the one thing that these businesses have in common is Jewish ownership. Unfortunately, it's really the one kind of linking factor. I'm familiar with some of those other businesses as well as the owners of said businesses. I know many of them have not made any political commentary whatsoever either, because it's, again, I think some of my kind of colleagues share the opinion that it's not our place to make political commentary using restaurants as a platform. But the one unifying factor is Jewish ownership. I'm glad and hopeful that the other business owners don't have to deal with the same thing.
Did you deal with other incidents before we arrived to this one that's pretty brutal?
Yeah. Over the last several months, there's been stickers and things like that posted on our windows. Free Palestine stickers, genocide stickers, things of that nature. Again, really stemming from a kind of politically motivated reasoning.
Do you have a message for the city? Because it seems that right now it's happened again and again and again, but we don't see really action taking for protecting Jewish businesses and establishment.
Yeah, I mean, I think that that people who have their eyes open are seeing this unfortunately occur more and more commonly. I hope that that the police kind of enforce the laws that we have. I'm hopeful that they do, and they will continue to do so more and more. And I just hope that everybody remains vigilant and that things settle down, hopefully, because I mean, this type of action, this kind of violence and seemingly quite hateful, doesn't have a place in our city. Thus far, all of the incidences, or almost all of them, have occurred overnight when there haven't been many people in the schools and the synagogues, I think barring one or two of the situations, and that would be the case here as well, that it happened overnight. There was nobody on site, and so nobody's kind of physical being was threatened. I hope that line doesn't get crossed. I'm upset because for the employees of the business, it's pretty unnerving and unsettling, and it's not okay to have that type of feeling or fear in your place of work. I think that's unacceptable. As for myself, we'll fix the damage, and we'll get back to doing what it is we do, which is simply try to provide quality kind of fast food for the neighborhood.
Alors on est allé, il y avait presque 1000 personnes un mardi midi, donc la communauté juive a pris de son temps pour aller voir Valérie Plante vraiment pacifiquement, pour lui dire qu'on avait peur maintenant. C'est fini, les Juifs ont vraiment peur d'être à Montréal, ce n'est jamais arrivé. Mais là, depuis que le conflit a commencé, on a peur pour nos enfants, on a peur pour nos business, on a peur d'être boycottés. Donc on a crié assez. Et là, ça fait 2 jours, alors que la SPVM était au courant. Elle n'a toujours pas répondu à notre cri de cœur. Suite à la publication de cette liste de boycottage, ça a fait un effet inverse. Les gens sont venus en masse et sont venus montrer leur soutien. Je pense que c'est plutôt ça qui les a un petit peu agacés et que là, ils ont grimpé d'un échelon pour montrer leur mécontentement, mais c'est pas comme ça qu'on fait. Moi, ce qui a fait déjà un énorme déclic chez moi, c'est que je me suis même pas rendu compte. J'avais un collier avec une étoile juive et je l'ai enlevé. Et Et là, ça a fait un déclic. Je me suis dit, c'est pas normal qu'à Montréal, je dois enlever mon collier avec mon étoile juive. C'était le climat actuel qui m'a fait faire ça. Et ça m'a fait un drôle de réveil. Et depuis, je m'en vais aux manifestations, j'essaye d'aider ma communauté comme je peux. J'ai eu des réflexions aussi une fois parce qu'on a sorti un drapeau, parce que c'était la fête nationale d'Israël, donc on a sorti un drapeau et on s'est fait insulter dans les rues parce que je marchais avec mon drapeau pour rentrer. Et alors qu'on le fait tous les ans à Montréal depuis 20 ans, et j'ai jamais eu ce problème. C'est la première année où on nous a insultés parce qu'on se promenait avec un drapeau israélien. Il faut agir. Déjà, la première chose, c'est qu'il faut démanteler le camp. Pour moi, c'est fini, ce camp-là de la haine, parce qu'il est en train de propager de la haine à tout le monde. Il faut nous protéger, c'est-à-dire que dans les autres villes européennes, en ce moment, il y a des policiers devant les cultes juifs, devant les synagogues, devant les lieux de rencontre juives. Et il faut nous montrer un intérêt. Il faut nous montrer un vrai intérêt, autre chose qu'un message sur X en disant oui, l'antisémitisme est inacceptable. Nous, on veut des actes maintenant pour nous prouver pour qu'on se ressente en sécurité. Sinon, ce qu'on va faire, c'est qu'on va partir. Et c'est ce qui va arriver.
If you are a foreign national or someone on a working visa, temporary visa, and you are here and you glorify a terrorist organization, or you are spreading propaganda against a Jewish organization, and that led to those kind of attacks, you're not welcome here. So please go and sign our petition at deporthamas.com right now and share it.